There's only one thing, just one, that I really want you to pay attention to. And yes, my nail is looking cute, but the one thing is that, boop, I am coordinating. Yep, we love to see it. As you see, I did go with the Rockstar colored nail polish with the glitter for the Twsbi lilac. I do want to give you a close-up and rotate slowly, and hopefully it comes across on the camera, but as this was a glitter nail polish, the Twsbi is actually textured. I would compare it maybe to the feel of a sandpaper. I guess a soft sandpaper, because of course this isn't gonna sand off anything. It's pretty much nail polish. I actually really like how it turned out on the end and the nib. And as you can see, my polish on my fingers is a little bit old, so it's a little bit chipped. But I did take my time with this Twsbi. If you do a glitter nail polish, I recommend you take your time. And when I say take your time, what I mean is paint a layer, wait an hour, let it dry fully, then paint another layer. This one is maybe about 3 to 4 layers, thin coats, just to make sure that the glitter covered everything. There was one part that I did rush. Once I had the final coat on, I typically let it dry overnight. However, this time I didn't. I let it dry a few hours, and if you can see that, just right here, the pen cap actually dug in to the polish. It's a very minute and minor detail that, you know, no one's going to see from across the room. But if you're someone that's a perfectionist, you know, definitely take your time with these. And typically, like I said, when I do this, it takes me so long because I do paint a layer, wait a few hours, go do something, and then come back and paint another layer, and then wait overnight for it to fully dry before I reattach the finial and the clip. Because if you do have many layers, that just gives the clip something to dig into. It did not dig on this side, so, you know, it was pretty dry, but as I said, not completely dry. Besides sharing this, just another update on the t-shirt. Let's check that out. The front, the back, and some slowed down B-roll close-ups to highlight that multi-dimensional saturation that we were able to achieve. As you can see, this shirt has not been ironed, worn, or laundered, so I am prepared for the colors to either fade or bleed a little bit over time, which is perfectly fine. I don't mind that it may evolve. But just know that yoga mats are not waterproof, and I have blue ink stains on my carpet, as well as my nail beds are still stained blue by ink. I did also kind of want to highlight and show y'all my favorite areas of these rich colors that we all know won't last for long. The top right, first favorite area, and the middle, the Blues Brothers. Welcome back. So as far as this video, just so it's not just a short update, I did have my lab or desk area set up to pretty much do some ink swatches. I do get the ink flight, so if anybody was curious on what came in it, I've already opened it, but it pretty much is Robert Oyster colors. And the gift this time is they did give a full bottle of Marathon Blue, which is an exclusive ink journal color. Let me get that centered for you. But sometimes for it to be artful, you have to non-center the picture. I think that's pretty cool because of course, you know, it's a limited edition and everyone loves blue. And besides that, it looks like they have a little squid sticker, which will go in my sticker book page. And then it looks like they have an official swatch tag. I didn't even know Robert Oyster had his own swatch tags, but I think that's pretty cool. Maybe I'll hole punch it and put it on my Color-O ring. But besides the paperwork, the more important part is getting these inked up. I'm going to use the regular way with my, you know, dip ink pen, water, Q-tips. What I like to do with the ink flights is put them all on one sheet. That way I don't have to use multiple sheets and I can pretty much get it done all in one go. It just makes it a little bit easier for me. Since I'm doing multiples, I just usually use whatever ink stamp I have. I've been using this jar stamp lately. It's a little big for this B5 paper, but you know, I don't mind. But usually I just, you know, paint it and stamp it. I don't go in a particular kind of order or style. I just want it to look creative, and apparently I'm feeling like a little bit like King Kong here, destroying everything. What do we need? 2, 4, 6, 7, 5. Doesn't have to be perfect. And we're gonna have to pray about 6 and 7. We'll do 6 here. And 7, maybe a halfie. Okay. Oh, we got a little bit of overlap. But that is kind of the beauty of making your own ink swatch page. You know, nothing has to be perfect. I did put these up. So it looks like we have maybe 2 reddish, a brown, a green, and 2 bluish. So just to kind of break that up, I'll just put a red here and blue here. That way it's kind of like, you know, we get all the random colors. And one of these, I believe it said was a shimmer. Yeah, this is a shimmer. So I want to make sure that this one I'll probably do first since I have to shake it. Whereas the other ones I can just dip in. But getting that shimmer, we'll see if this might be a candidate for the pen I just did. And since I use black permanent, you can just pretty much immediately, you know, apply your color. Sometimes I go over it a few times just to get a few different variations, but I love for my bottles to maybe drip out a little bit. It's like that. And then maybe, you know, put some really deep, heavy pigmentation on there. And that's number 1. Get my dip pen, a little bit on the tip. That's all. And as you see, it doesn't, you know, pick up that much, but a little bit goes under the nib. And this is Las Vegas Shimmy. So then I like to write the name. And then it has shimmy like that. Little heart. Little asterisks. And then, of course, dip that immediately in my water. Because I am economical, I do use both sides of the cotton swab. And I keep my swabs. I have my bag here. Actually, I forgot to open it because I toss them in here. Who knows what I'm going to do with them in the future, but you know, I try not to waste because, you know, we live in a world of finite resources. And then just because this jar is fully up, there will be no spillage, but we still want to get kind of that variation of, you know, maybe no ink or less ink, but this looks kind of already heavy pigmented. Throw that in there. Give my dip pen a swirl. Then kind of dry off the tines is what I like to do. And this one is Miami. I think you know how the rest of these will go. Et voila! C'est fini. Yeah, so pretty much this is the Ink Flight January 2022. All of the colors are from Robert Oster, which is why I just labeled the colors on there versus the color plus the manufacturer, since they're all the same. Even though New York did invade Miami, I think this looks pretty good. I like to do them so I can see them all at once. Since these are colors that I did not pick myself, if there is anything that I did like or I had a super interest in, then I would dedicate its own sheet to it where, you know, of course I would do kind of more writing, more ink splotching on a full sheet so that way I can experience the color. You know, these look actually pretty nice, mostly muted colors besides that Las Vegas, which of course that makes sense that that's a shimmer. I actually really like this Marathon Blue. It looks almost kind of multi-chromatic, as well as the Chicago was giving me some grays and blues in here. But I think a nice selection. I don't think that I'll purchase any of these, but it definitely is nice to have. And especially since a lot of brands seem to be doing states or cities, which I guess is going to be the continued trend for this year. I would like to thank you for hanging out with me. I hope this was fun for you as it was for me. Definitely got some more Q-tips to add to my bag of used Q-tip colors. Who knows what I'm going to do with these. I don't know why I'm saving them. I don't know. Maybe evidence. Someone help me decide what to do with them besides throw them away, which they will eventually go to the trash, but for now I don't know, they just look like beauty in a bag. Or it could just be me. Maybe it's the way I see things. But overall, I hope that you've had a good weekend and I hope you have a great work week. And yeah, goodbyes are so awkward, aren't they? So before this gets weird, let's just both agree to disappear.